Good evening. And what a good evening it is indeed. What a great evening it is. Here we are, Wednesday, January 14th, 9:23 p.m. I know I'm a little bit late, and I definitely apologize about that. Twitter's got some weird things going on with my account for some reason. It's like I'm shadow banned. Like I'm like people aren't seeing my posts or my replies anymore, like talking about it, and I don't know why. And they can't seem to explain it to me because it's Grok and AI, so the AI can't even explain it to me. So we'll see how that goes. I hope for all those that are out there in this sphere, if this is making it out to you live right now. Um, we'll see, you know, but we push on. Even if you're not seeing it right now, at some point I will get this content out into YouTube, on uploaded into Twitter itself, and hopefully it's not gonna get stamped on because this is too big of a day to let this train get off the tracks. Like I said Sunday night, don't be surprised if Lane Kiffin chefed up both Sam Levitt and Hassan Longstreet. I tried to tell y'all. I tried to tell y'all. I had an inclination about it Sunday night. And the reason why is because Shay Dixon always says this when it comes to recruiting. Don't pay attention to what the recruits say. Pay attention to what they do. And as Sunday night was coming to a close, I was sitting back thinking, and it was like almost midnight when I posted that on Sunday. And I think it was after midnight. It was late. And I'm sitting back and I'm thinking to myself, the dead period starts on Monday. This kid isn't setting up any other visits, and he's still on campus. What could be happening? It's highly unlikely that he makes it to Thursday without a visit, right? So I had to I had to really think back to what Shay Dixon said. Don't listen to what they say, pay attention to what they do. And he wasn't saying a lot at all. In the meantime of him being on campus in Baton Rouge, hell, even since he entered the transfer portal, he wasn't really saying much. All of our attention was focused in on the fact that Damon Williams went back to Washington and we kind of botched the visit with Sam Levitt and Sam taking his trips to Tennessee and Miami. So we got the kid to come in, and while we were good with him visiting, we were excited about it, but the primary factor was we were still trying to get over what we thought was losing Sam Levitt and blowing that opportunity. That took up a lot of our mental space, and understandably so. It's the number one quarterback prospect in the portal, number one overall player in the portal. You had him on campus, and he was absolutely loving everything. And you blew it just for an opportunity to go chase another rabbit that couldn't even really get out get out into the field and play. So he looked a little dumb. But to Lane's credit, he went to work, got on a plane, went into Knoxville, walked into the trap of Tennessee, took over the trap, made a final presentation to Sam before he got on a plane to go to Miami and make that last final impression. Give him something to think about. And while that was going on, his son Longstreet was still on campus. And then you got to pay attention to the little things that we swept under the rug. When this kid was coming out as a 5-star quarterback, LSU had a commitment from Bryce Underwood. And everybody knew how much Bryce wanted to be in LSU. So much so that his commitment held up 2 portal class quarterbacks. Not only did you not get a recruit to come along into the class with him in 2025, but you didn't get a recruit in the 2026 class because no incoming freshman wants to sit behind an incumbent sophomore, Bryce Underwood. So we had his recruit, and he's in the same class as Bryce. We had Bryce's commitment, and he's in the same class as Bryce. But he has ties to Louisiana. He wanted to be here. So what did he do? He committed to Texas A&M. And I don't know the details about what took place to get his flip from A&M to USC in the last seconds, but I know he was committed to A&M for several months. So he wanted to be in the SEC. And then if you look a little bit deeper, you'll learn that the relationship that he had with Lincoln Riley and the coaching staff at USC was strained too. Towards the end of the season, his playing time was clearly suppressed. He only made an appearance in Missouri State. He didn't play a single snap in a bowl game. For a true freshman, that you kind of want to see what you have. That's the perfect opportunity to play him. He didn't get a single snap. That shows you something. And then, from his understanding, even with Jaden Mayava coming back, he's being told that it's going to be an open competition for the quarterback spot. But Jaden Mayava is getting paid double what he makes in NIL. So he knows it's not an open competition. Mayava was just a Heisman finalist. He was a Heisman candidate throughout the course of the season. Like, he knows that. So his entire thing is, why are they lying to me? Why are they just telling me what they think I want to hear? So you sit back and you wonder, well, why didn't he go into the portal sooner? Why should he have? Where was he going to go? There's a lot of uproar about the tampering situations and things going on with that. But when agents and GMs talk to each other, that's not tampering. It's not coaches reaching out to players. An agent's job is to find his client the best deal for him, because that agent has to get paid from what his client makes. So agents are going to be tapped into what other schools and programs are doing around the country. The best thing for him to do was to wait. Where was Brendan Sorsby going? Where was Sam Levitt going to ultimately go? Would he have an opportunity to start somewhere in one of these big name programs? And I know the moment he came out, a lot of people were leaning him towards Oregon, because a lot of people were expecting Dante Moore to hop into the draft. Everyone knew Dylan Raiola was out there, but where was he going to go? Nobody really started putting the Dylan Raiola situation together until all the other dominoes fell. So all the other commitments start falling into place, and then it starts to become, well, where is he, being Longstreet, going to end up? Because there's not a top name power four program where he can walk in and start right now. So the natural thought was, well, he'll just return to USC, right? But no, the relationship was bad. Why do you want to go back to some place where you felt that you were being lied to, that you were being deceived, and you're not from there? So you're not comfortable. You feel like you're being treated unfairly. You don't have any trust in the staff to keep things real with you. Why am I going to be there? So he makes the decision to hop into the portal, even amidst after all the Damon Williams situation went on, right? Once Damon Williams commits to staying in Washington, he hops in because that's my opportunity. If Damon Williams is not transferring to LSU, then I have a chance, regardless of Sam Leavitt being there. If Sam Leavitt's not there, great. If Sam Leavitt's there, great. Because we assumed that playing time was going to be the biggest and more deciding factor for his recruitment, and it wasn't. It's important, but he's thinking long term, clearly. Because what ends up happening is Sunday morning, you had 0 scholarship quarterbacks on your roster. You had Emil Picarella. That was it. Sunday night, you land the commitment from Landon Clark, the upstart from Division II NCIS, FCS, whatever division you want to call it, from the lower level of college football. But he's a guy with huge upside, massive potential, can throw the ball from one end zone to the other. Very athletic, good speed, lively arm, can put touch on the ball when he needs to. But he played against lower competition. But he's a guy that other Power Four programs wanted. And you got his commitment. So Sunday night, Monday morning, everyone is thinking, oh no, LSU is rolling with the D2 guy. That's going to be the quarterback. Well, Monday morning around 10 a.m., the bomb drops that Sam Leavitt is actually committing to LSU. Once again, I still did not believe that we were out on Longstreet. Matt Moscona kept reporting it and letting it be known that they were still pursuing Longstreet, and he felt like it wasn't that it wasn't close. That was almost inevitable that he was going to go somewhere else. Me personally, I didn't feel like that. If anything, I would have been a little bit more shocked if he ended up going to another school. Had he gone to another school, I would have been a little bit more shocked than anything else. So as things are rolling, you have to watch what they're doing. And once again, he didn't set up any other visits. The dead period ended, and there were no news of him going to see any other schools. The dead period began, and there was no news of him going to see any other schools. And this was even after Sam Leavitt committed. So if you got Sam Levitt in the boat, you got Landon Clark in the boat, naturally you would think, why would he come here? Well, I'll tell you why. To be coached by the best. At the school who's had two Heisman Trophy winning quarterbacks within the same decade. At the school who can always catch lightning in a bottle and reset what the brand of college football should look like. And at the school that's closest to his family. That's why. And when we look at Hassan Longstreet, you're looking at a young kid who's got great size. Physical attributes are off the charts. Kid is built like a running back, rocket for an arm, but there's also a lot of question marks. But this is the perfect setup, not just for LSU, but for him. One, you get the entire spring, at worst, splitting first team reps. So you get the advantage of getting your timing down, learning the verbiage, commanding the huddle, working with the receivers that will be in game, standing behind the offensive line, that potentially that will be in game. I'm granted, I understand nothing's settled in fall in spring camp, but you get to be the first guy to go out there. You get to be the lead guy coming out of meetings and stepping onto the field and putting those things in meetings directly into practice. Those reps are valuable. You get to stake your flag for a case that you should be the guy right out the gate. Why? Because Sam is still recovering from his injury. And look, I expect Sam to recover fully and be great. And be great. I expect that. I really do. I expect that in this downtime, honestly, that we may end up seeing him become a better passer because of this injury. He'll still be able to do some things. He'll still be able to stand in the pocket and throw, not move. It'll force him to learn how to read quickly, analyze, check down, first down, check down, touchdown, out of bounds, because he won't be able to run. So you may end up getting a better quarterback in Sam Levitt because of this injury. He'll still be able to participate in 7-on-7s, wide receiver versus DB 1-on-1s. There's a lot of things that he can do. But when it's time for the live shots to be going, he won't be that guy. That'll be Longstreet. And that is massive for him. And then when you get into the season, if something were to go wrong, once again, he could be the guy. And you'll have a guy who's been immersed in a Power Four program, been in loud stadiums and loud environments across the country, know what that rhythm and expectation is supposed to be on Saturdays already. And that's a huge advantage, even without taking meaningful snaps. But the bigger picture of this is that it sets your quarterback room up for future success next year and in the years to follow, because we're going to have him for at least 2 seasons. And then behind him in comes Pop Houston, who I feel is the best quarterback in the class of 2027. This is the best quarterback room LSU has had since Miles Brennan, Jaden Daniels, and Garrett Nussmeier. And that room was being lifted a lot by Jaden Daniels. No disrespect to Nussmeyer, but on in that time, that Nussmeyer was not better than the Nussmeyer that we had today. In this quarterback room that we have right now is far and away better. Far and away better. Because that Jaden that we had in that room is not better than the Jaden that left LSU. I feel like the Jaden that we had in that quarterback room when he first got on campus is not even better than Sam Leavitt showing up to Baton Rouge. This is the best quarterback room LSU has ever had. Period. And it's the best quarterback room in the country. Even if you bring Trinidad Chambliss back to Ole Miss, I'm still taking this quarterback room. Why? Because we don't have no statues. All three guys are interchangeable. Their skill sets are similar. And then on top of that, we have the coach. We have the architect of great QB kingmaker. We have him. And that is a lift to any quarterback room. Do not think that any room in this country can compete with what you have. The only close second that I would give would be to Oregon. And that's just because of the experience between all the guys that they have in the room. Well, I say all. The two guys that they have in the room now since Dante Moore's coming back. For me personally, I feel like Sam Leavitt is better than Dante Moore. I watched Sam Leavitt carry a team. Sam Leavitt beat Texas Tech, and he was banged up. And that Texas Tech defense was probably the best defense I watched all year. That front seven is absolutely amazing. You got the best quarterback room in the entire country, and it ain't even close. And it's all because of Lane Kiffin. Do we really think that if Brian Kelly would have been the man in charge, that we'd be sitting here today this excited, this invigorated, this rejuvenated? I doubt it. And it's not to slight him for it. Like, we had the number one portal class last year, but it just hit a little different. It was more like, oh, okay, all right, we see you. That's cute. Now what you gonna do with it? This year it's, well, damn. And it's you? Oh, it's up. We back. The perspective changes. And it should. Because of who you have as a coach. It makes a dramatic difference. So don't let these other SEC fans come tell you anything. Because your coach just walked into Knoxville, casually shoved Tennessee and Josh Heupel into a locker, held off Miami while they're on the title run, and snatched up the two best available quarterbacks on the board. And now you got teams like Tennessee scrambling to find somebody to throw a ball to Tristan Keys. I wish Tristan Keys wouldn't have flipped his commitment. I really wish he wouldn't have. But I mean, he got his money, so props to you, big dog. But look at what you could have been a part of. But I mean, hell, you didn't know Brian Kelly was going to get fired. And you damn sure didn't know that LSU was going to hire Lane Kiffin. We got the coach. That's a major difference maker. And not to just spend most of the time talking about the quarterbacks, the most exciting signing outside of what happened today and Monday probably be at running back for me. Dylan Jones. Dylan Jones coming in from Wisconsin is a fire get. You're talking about a guy who was a top 10 running back in the nation in the class of 2025, true freshman starter, and was played in 7 games, and his season was cut down short due to turf toe. A lot of us I know play NCAA college football. And if you play it, you know this season they started classifying players based off of certain archetypes. He's a contact seeker. He's what you need in the running back room. He is the final piece of the running back room. Somebody who can run somebody over at the line of scrimmage. You needed a big back who can get through tackles, get through arm tackles at the line of scrimmage. He would have been a difference maker on this roster last year. He's what we wanted Caleb Jackson to be. He's ready to roll. This guy is good. I'm excited about him. I think that's the perfect compliment that we need for Harlem Berry and for Caden Durham. Now, there are going to be some things he's going to have to work on. I didn't get a chance to look at any of his pass sets or pass block rating or information like that. I want to check that out. His footwork looks clean. He accepts contact, lowers the shoulder. He has good pad level. Just got to stay healthy. And now we have to shift the focus to finishing off the offensive line. I mean, we got the guy coming in from Baylor. I can't think of his name. Everybody's talking about Jordan Seaton. I don't know if we're going to be in on Jordan Seaton. That's going to be a massive reach. I mean, at that point, if Lane pulls that off, it's just give him the infinity gauntlet, sew it up, hide your kids, hide your wives. It's a wrap. This roster today feels miles ahead of where it was 3 weeks ago. And I mean miles. Do not lose this excitement. Don't lose this excitement at all. Because it is some fun times that's about to take place in Baton Rouge. Some very, very fun times. And I can't wait for it. Because it's only going to get better. The class is going to round itself out here very soon. You're at 30 commits right now. We got to finish off that offensive line. You might take a linebacker, you might take an edge player. I think the defense for the most part is done. But man, if you put together an offensive line, the expectations are going to be through the roof. And look, I'm not saying that we should be expecting to make a title run. But then we're going to make some noise. We're going to make some noise. The swagger is back. The vibes are high in Baton Rouge. Times are good. Times are good. Keep liking, sharing, and commenting because there's going to be more content that I make. And like I said to start, I don't know what's going on my Twitter account right now. I got your boy locked up. And I'm gonna figure out a way out of it. Because that's what I do. But we're gonna keep pushing on, man. I'm gonna come back tomorrow afternoon. We're gonna talk some more about this portal class. Who are some of the names that y'all are looking forward to seeing outside of the quarterbacks? Jace Brown is another one for me that I'm looking forward to. I'm also looking forward to seeing this defensive front come together. Stephilian, I know I'm about to say his name wrong. Let me get it before I say his name wrong. Let me read it. Stephilian Green. I don't know it. Stephilian Green, I'm looking forward to him. Ty Benefield, pairing him with Deshaun Spears, DJ Pickett, and PJ Woodland. It's the things DBU dreams are made of. Absolute beauty. And I think Ty Benefield is a guy who fits more in that star role. I think he's a more natural star than what Perk was for us. And I think he that guy's just violent coming downhill. I mean, violent coming downhill. Let's see. I'm looking over it now. I think the other name that I was excited about, of course, Jordan Ross, um, and Winnie Watkins. I want to see a second year Winnie Watkins in Lane's offense with the arm talent of a Sam Leavitt. That's gonna be fun. So number one for me is Dylan Jones, then Stephilian Green, Ty Benefield, Jordan Ross 4, and then 5, Winnie Watkins. That's my top 5 players that I'm excited to see. So it's 9:56, just before 10 o'clock. Do me a favor, comment, like, share, subscribe over to YouTube, Timeouts and Tangents. Follow me on Twitter at AJP413 on my personal account. And then TNT Pod Nola. TNT_Pod Nola. You see it right there. Go ahead and follow me over there. And let's keep running this engagement up. I'm gonna get with Twitter and figure out what's going on with my account. I don't know why I'm being reported as spam for some reason under my replies, but it's messing with the algorithm. We'll see. So how life goes. Look, be the difference that you want to see in the world today. Hold a door open for someone. Say good morning. Smile. Smile. Your smile could legitimately save someone's life. Thank you for watching this wherever you may be listening to it. Just tell your friends about it. Let's share it. Let's get the numbers up. Let's continue to build a community, and I'll see y'all later. Have a good one.